I'll probably just go ahead and pop. I don't really have any attack boosts I can pop, fortunately. That's unfortunate. Oh well. What does this guy even have? He surely doesn't have very much. Probably not very much at all, actually, from the looks of things. Scout him again. I'll have him go head to head with my troops then. That's fine. Oh, that hurt. Oh boy. Oh, I don't think he should have did that. Yikes. How are we doing? Okay. Good. Oh, 18,000. Wow, that's a lot of dead troops. Oh, dude. What is he doing? Few seconds on this rally, so all the troops I've got. Nah. So many troops, though. Because, like, even though I took a 375k hit, which, don't get me wrong, that's not great on paper, but still, jeez. 54k red dead, though. We won't get that back. Where are my freaking heroes at, anyway? I probably got them inside, like, Guitaro in the HQ. The only problem, but that is what it is. That's not even on best heroes either. It's part of the problem, anyway. Really had to pull. Well, yeah. See, I've got to reinforce now to be able to help him. Let's see. What else can I do? I don't really have any boosts. Only problem. Unless I burn some crystal trying to defend myself, which. Uh, let's see. We're almost built. I wonder if I should pull that, though. I probably should, just for best result. Give myself just a little bit more. Oh, we're in 467. And this Warsword guy's got a death wish, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. You know, I don't know. I guess the best I can do at this point is pop a 10. It's the best I can do. Better than nothing, I guess. Go ahead and pop a 10. I'll drop his defense, increase my HP. About the only defensive thing I can do at this point. Since I think he's got all his troops vested in these marches. And it looks like Play Assassin's the only one that's got troops in there. Probably not for long, though. Because Bat's hitting them, and Bat's got a lot of troops. This guy did have quite a lot, but he's been wasting a bunch of them on me. So, I mean, all the power to him, I guess. Yeah, he's got some troops. A lot. Some. Yikes, 176,000. Yeah, and that's given that he's got really decent stats going for him in different places and stuff. I've got Flint on my wall. If I swap him out, I guess that'd probably help. Oh dear. I'll swap Flint out. Wonder if he gets more helps. What's he attacking next, I wonder? The 15 helps. That's probably as good as it's gonna get. Oh. What do they got in here, I wondered. Oh, okay. Okay. So we got oh yeah, sure. You know what? Screw it. Why not? Like there's anything else I could throw in there. I need a deployment boost is what I need, but I don't know. I guess this is probably as good as it's gonna get. I'll just throw her in there. I guess while I'm doing that, I can also set a rally on this. Don't want Molly, no. We want Geronimo. Molly for filler, and then. Oh shit, I don't have any good options. I guess I'll just do body. Uh, not the worst. Not the best, but not the worst. Skanky. Nudge. Why can't I? Oh my days. This is gonna be a disaster. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, now we're fine. You know, like what, 360k on there? Alright. Do we? Yeah, I kind of expected that. I paid some attention to it. Gosh, I don't know. See, I'm kind of debating this. I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not. This might be a bad idea. The only reason I'm kind of not sure is because now I'm playing offense. The moment you play offense, you're gonna get your ass kicked. I mean, the reason why he lost so much in that single hit is because you do not ever hit on home territory. You're gonna lose because so many territorial advantages, and that just like you just like you mollywop yourself doing that. And I mean, absolutely mollywop. Because those aren't injured. Those are permanent red dead. Yeah, that's some serious like reds there. That's some damage, man. That's bad stuff. That's some real bad stuff. Um, but yeah, I don't know. And it's, I mean, it is what it is. What do we? Hold on, what now? Oh, they're putting them back up as quick as we destroy them. Oh joy. What else? I mean, aside from your rally, that's looks like that's the only thing. Okay. Be poking here. Oh, what's this? Oh, gotcha. Okay. She's got like what 40k in there. Ooh. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know, man. This is getting ugly, but it is what it is, I guess. Looks like we're gonna go for the jugular here, though. I never did check. What did we get in there? And oh yeah, that's more than enough. Yeah, no, that's probably. All right, so let's see. Yeah, they got troops in there. Okay. I don't have any of my offense. I mean, I've got that all in one banner, so I can't really do a lot. But oh, the all gold base that you're wondering about, this is the president title and the presidential skin and everything. Keitaro's got it, but it's just kind of a bling thing you get for holding Sunfire Castle, which is the building in the direct center of the map. Yeah, they're just wasting their time trying to. Okay, so what do we have all in this garrison? Okay, we got 662. Okay, all right. Yeah, that guy's literally burned like from 120 mil to like 98 mil. That's how much Bat's going to town on this guy. That is actually nutty. They don't have hardly any troops now because he's like actually mollywopping. Good lord. Yeah, I think we'll have this banner and then we're gonna knock this banner out. But yeah, they're really really in bad shape right now. Okay, now we knocked them out of that banner. Oh, 62k. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. I need to just swap it off. Natalia. You know, I'll do that next time, but it's okay. Alright. We've already got two of these running, but once I get ready I can move it. She's still got two. It's okay, so much more do we have left in there? Okay, we still got a plenty. Okay. Yeah, but this is kind of crazy though, because basically all of TUA and all of KF are going against FKN all at once, and this is actually a little nutty. Not gonna lie. I do have some early reports. I guess I can show. I was thinking about just uploading that as a separate video, but you know, I'm thinking about it now, and it's like, because this got started. They actually attacked me individually. They went over to our hive and basically smacked me, but it's nothing compared to that other report. Because like here, you lost like 45k on a rally. It was really pitiful compared to like where then they thought I will do the unthinkable and I will lose a stupid amount of troops. That just puts it like way over. Now I don't know. I mean, where was that one rally that I actually lost? Like this one here, like yeah, it was a pretty significant blow, but that second hit was nowhere near as pretty. And so far we're not doing too bad. Once this procs off, we will set rally on the next person here is what we'll do. And that's the way to do this anyway. We'll take down the banner, move to the next target type thing. Okay, so there with that. Now I'll go ahead and basically I'm just gonna switch the gear off of Talia onto Dramo. Oh, don't I have another hero? God damn it, where's... Well, that's gotta be in my other fort. Oh, fudge. I want to recall if I don't have to, but... well, shit. I don't know, what's the best way to do that, I guess. Need better here. I just need more damn heroes is what I need. Guess I could just throw in Bati. It's the only option I got. Not the most ideal either, but it's probably gonna be okay. I don't know. This could go, but we're gonna go ahead and just. How many people can we fill? I don't know where those. I hate that. It's like okay. I hate the little red dot. Make the red dot go away. Let's see, how many people do we have in there? LA? 80? Fully 26. We should be pretty good. Lordy, 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 lordy. Oh, okay, so Led's got troops in him. And let's see what Led's got. Couldn't have much. Need my LED to come back, darn it. Oh, shoot. Rest in peace. I gotta all that. Rally here. Ollie, Billy. I don't have a good range hero yet, but this will work. Uh, I just stop it. Yeah, I don't want to do. I don't want to try and fill two rallies if I can avoid it. That would not be good. That definitely would not be good from a stat perspective. Anyway, bad enough that I've got some like pretty wacky stats, but I don't want to try and trip over myself here. I don't have to. I think it's pretty clear though that their their troops are like majorly gone. And even Kilburn's been dropped. He went from 46 to 36. A lot of these are way down from where they were. And Brady doesn't have any troops. Scott So it looks like Lead is the one who's got troops still. Okay. Okay, we're all gonna just collectively like that up. And she's got some troops, but not a lot. She will end up losing whatever's in there. I can just solo it. Oh no, no, I probably not. No, probably not. Too many in there to solo. Oh, this is getting interesting. Once this is constructed, I'll be able to set the rally. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, meanwhile, Ben's just like, I'll just mollywop it. Well, he actually mollywopped it. Why? Okay, well, um, it will slowly but surely will get. Oh, troops here. Yeah, beat him on that front at least. And that was with epics too. That wasn't even with like decent freaking heroes. Yeah, it was a heck of a fight though. Um, I'm gonna say they probably lost, especially with those hits initially on the rallies. That was just a bloodbath. And then Bat came through here and just like mollywhopped the heck out of almost all of them. He literally single-handedly brought his might down to 96, and he was like up there in the 110 to 120 range. So he dumped a lot of friggin' troops into this fight. Just hope somebody gets. Let's take it. Yeah, I don't think I need much to knock her out either. I'll just make her teleport. That's exactly what that's gonna do. Yeah, this is kind of just crazy. This went out. I'll use like use heroes if I can. Oh wait, I got my rally heroes if I need them. Not the best heroes by any means, but that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, we'll clear them out one way or the other. There's another banner. We'll make our way to them. I wonder what world chat looks like. Joy. My. Gosh, this is terribly toxic. Oh my days, dude. I mean, I can reasonably understand them being upset, but boy, I didn't expect them to be this toxic. Jeez. And this is just world chat, like, yikes, dude. Oh boy. I'm not even reading world chat more. He's just like, oh, I'll just throw some like zingers out there because that'll work. Meanwhile, gets mollywopped. It's like, okay, whatever. Like you do you. I see, and then we're trying to like do justifications and why we didn't do this and we didn't do that. It's like, oh my days. I tried to talk you people into not fighting us, and you ended up doing it anyway. So I really can't say I feel sorry for you at this point. Like, I have the chance to prove it too. I tried to talk them out of doing this. They just went ahead and did it. I don't know why. It's not my fault that they decided to do this. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just it's all about a righteous ruin. It's like, oh well, I have the right to do this and I have the right to do that. Now it's like I'm just gonna justify my actions and on the way they went. But yeah, no, that's pretty much bullshit. It's just a lot of talking that really doesn't amount to anything. Just disappointing, I guess. When does the new pet drop? Depends on the state you're in. I believe it's from at least on 467, right? They told me it was like shortly around the time the new pets came, which means that I would expect it to be within days now. It's probably right around Fire Crystal, or maybe the day of Fire Crystal, which is like in 3 days. Which, now that we think about it, it's probably 2 days. It's probably a lot lower than that now. It's probably within 20 hours. So yeah, that tells you how much I've been keeping track of time. But um, I know that come Fire Crystal, if I don't see it, then I know it's shortly thereafter or around that time. So I don't know. Can't really speak to that. Just lordy. All right. Now the crazy thing is, right? I'm just drinking water. When this is kind of crazy, Like it's pretty monumental for 467 to have come together in such a way that we've all collectively just gone into this, and now this is a fight to ruin for FKN. But I mean, I don't know. In some ways, I'm not really surprised. It's just interesting that this is how it panned out. Could have ended a lot differently if they had just been a little bit more diplomatic, I guess. I don't know. They keep scouting me. Bro, I'm getting like, okay, enough of the scouts. Like, yeah, keep poking and keep poking. It's like, boy, what do you guys want to do? Just hit me or something? Or what? Because you know how that played out last time, like, you're welcome to do it, I'm sure, but, like, it's not going to end well. Okay, so I got rid of that little notifier. Oh, thank God we got rid of it. I hate the little red dots, man. Just like the constant bane of my existence. I gotta clear the little dots. Okay, so there's another one. I guess. My. It looks like what they're doing now, though, is they're just, because we've cleared them out of there now. What were they? Oh, that's a waste. They set like two of them. Okie dokie. I'm not sure why you did that, but whatever. Okay, so all here. Wow, this is just toxic. I don't know. This is pretty Oh, why am I not talking? I don't know. I just kind of go in and out of not talking, I guess. I feel like I'm talking and then it's like, I don't know. I mean, I like get to talking and then it's like, I don't understand it anymore, you know? I could start talking, don't get me wrong, but like, what's the point of narrating it? I don't know. This whole world chat can kind of explain itself, you know? I don't even have to talk. It's just like, the people that haven't spent though, like, hey, props to you guys. But like, I don't know, man. The people that did, I feel sorry for you because like, I honestly just woke up to this, and it's really weird. Well, and the thing is, right? So I come on, and Warsword hit me. Now, before this whole went down, I actually messaged to try and get you guys to be peaceful and stuff. You know, like I genuinely did not want this to come to what it is. I mean, I understand you guys didn't like me. I get that. Totally fine. Like you're salty, fine. I mean, I get it. Like I burned a couple of alliances. I never burned you guys in particular, but you know, I get it. You know, at the end of the day, some people are too sensitive for their own good, and their answer to this was just to continuously flame, and that's like okay. I mean, not a problem. I mean, I'm not. It doesn't bother me any. At the end of the day, I just like I said, I actually. I mean, that's the thing. I can even go back. I can actually show you guys the conversations that I had. I talked to Kilburn, right? I mean, I tried earlier today to try and get you guys to come to terms with peace agreements. You know, it's just I don't know. You guys don't listen, I guess. I mean, I talked to Kilburn. I sent Mariah some messages trying to get, a peace established. Um, I think I even messaged. Oh, where is he in here? Warsword. There he is. I mean, I even emailed Warsword, and I didn't get anything back. No, I just woke up to Warsword hitting me twice and losing all of his troops. And then, you guys try to hit more KF members, and you just ended up losing more. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, it's not like I woke up one day and just thought, oh yeah, you guys are totally on my shit list. It's like I was looking forward to just, getting ready for state versus state, but no, I mean, I guess you guys just decided amongst yourselves that this was the best path forward. I don't know how. I mean, it doesn't look to me like it really worked. Oh, you want me to read? I mean, sure, I can. I can go back and read, but I mean, you can kind of see the gist. You can even stop the frickin', stream and go back and look if you want. All right, but like, here's some snippets, right? I want FKN and KF to be, to peace. I know we have problems. I want us to grow and prosper. I want us to have peace for SVS. And I apologize for what I had done, and the fact that I've gotten on more than one occasion, I would drink and then go ahead and rally a bunch of people out. It's not like I'm not recognizing that. That was pretty crappy of me. Don't get me wrong, right? But I was also looking forward to just kind of letting things be and just letting it go. Like I don't hold grudges. You guys have been holding a grudge against me since the start, and I don't know. I tried to get this to settle down, but you guys wouldn't settle down. Instead, you just kept pushing it and kept pushing it. And eventually, I wake up to you guys just shooting yourselves in the foot. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I just know that Maya, brought me to, the same consensus that, we're just people. We make mistakes, it's just, unfortunately, I guess you guys just chose not to, you chose to go on the offense, and that's fine. It's just, what benefit did that really do you guys? Not much. I mean, now, come as state versus state, you guys are in a worse position for it. It's not like I didn't try to talk you out of it, but, here we are. I'm not, I don't know what else to tell you. I just know that now that we're at this point, there's no going back. I mean, it's one of those things where I don't know what to tell you, really. It's like I tried to find a solution for this going forward that everyone could agree to, and you guys just pushed it and kept pushing it, and then you finally just, like a powder keg, all it took was Warsword to do something, and you guys went and followed him, and that's fine, but it's the same excuse that I had for myself. I'm just saying that, it's kind of like, well, there's like a saying that I saw from, well, hell, I was scrolling through YouTube, right? And so this guy basically says something along the lines of, all right, you put black ants and red ants into a jar. They can live happily together in the same place. But the moment you shake the jar, the red ants will kill the black ants, and the black ants will kill the red ants. And the problem is not really the black ants and the red ants, it's the fact that the person who shakes the jar is the problem, and I was hoping I could get the alliances to just kind of come to grips with the fact that it's really only like maybe 3 people in all of FCAN that are really responsible for any of the major conflicts here. And at the same time, it's maybe 2 or 3 people from ours. And we get heated, and that's, unfortunate, but, at the same time, it's like the collective benefit and the collective losses that are inflicted on our alliances is really just it's the result of people not being able to just let it go. And it's like, okay, I guess, like at this point, there's nothing I can do to undo what's been done. It's like, it's just the way it kind of panned out. But at this point, it is what it is. Gosh, where do you even begin with this? I feel like it's gonna take a while to get down there. You guys definitely built yourself like a really nice little fort. Because we got to go through and hit all your banners to get to you. But I mean, sooner or later we'll get there. It's just a matter of time. This takes a while. I think I got to go through and knock all of these down, but I'm sure we'll be able to do so. It won't be that bad, I don't think. Yeah, I could probably pull that. So Moose is attacking? From where? Oh. They only got 73k. I gotta wait until the troops come back. So what did Moose have? Moose didn't have very much. So, like, not very much at all. The war's got some troops in there. It won't for much longer. Let's see. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, it definitely could have grown together, but I mean, it looks to me like you guys just kind of. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some people are just too salty, I guess. I don't really. Oh, is it supposed to prove something? No, just clear. It's not even. I don't know. You guys are very, very salty. I don't know. I don't know what else you'd call it. You guys have been talking for like the last half hour about how it's like you're trying to reasonably understand why we're doing what we're doing. You guys pretty much started this, and you guys are losing. So I don't really understand what the mentality, what the end goal is here for you guys. I really don't know. Really doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, at this point, you guys are just pretty much on a walking cliff. I mean, sooner or later, we will get to your hive, and then we'll start burning your hive. So I don't see where this is in any way whatsoever going to benefit you guys in any way. How are you losing? Well, basically, if you couldn't notice, we've been building closer and closer to you guys. Oh, you're not worried? Okay, I mean that's fine. If you don't, I mean I'm sure all your other members might, but hey, that's I don't really care. No, I'm sure you can. Yeah, you absolutely can. You just won't have anywhere near as much as you do. That's the thing, you know. It's like it. For the handful of you people that are like salty, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's just it is what it is. I really don't fully understand this line of thinking. It really doesn't make any sense. But hey, all the same, you know, it's here we are. So I mean, I can't justify or understand. It doesn't make any sense anymore. All I know is I tried. So oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alrighty, so let's see here. Um yeah, eventually we'll get down here and then we'll start knocking bases and stuff. It just takes a while. You guys built a really nice little, I like, you know, I'm not gonna give credit where credit is due, but like you guys did a really nice job of building a like a honeycomb of manners to kind of keep your guys all safe. Like that's really smart. The downside is you pick the corner of the map, and the problem with that is by having yourselves in the corner like you do, you don't get any of the good resource drops. So you guys are like probably going to suffer over time anyway. I mean, I'll give you that. I mean, you've got the resources and stuff. Well, see, that's just it. It's not even our fault that this got to where it got. You know, it's like you say that like it's our fault, but it's not. Like I woke up earlier trying to get peace. You guys proceeded to shoot yourselves in the foot and try and attack more innocent people, and you got hurt for doing it. So I don't feel like we're guilty of anything, really. We're just defending ourselves at this point. I mean, you can justify that what I did to one alliance is now a justification for you to do the same, but that doesn't make it any more reasonable. You're using an old past experience to justify why you should be able to do something. And even the people that are complaining that, oh, I hit Ghost and therefore that's justification. Well, the reason I hit Ghost and Maya is because Maya even asked me to. Like, she literally asked me to hit them in BIA. I said, sure. And then I look down and I just see Warsword going to town on KAF. So I'm like, okay, well, by that logic, I might as well just go ahead and hit Ghost them because it's like, what? You know, I went over there to have Warsword hit me, and he chose to not to. He chose to go down and hit KAF instead. I was willing to just settle this between us. But no, you guys had to go one step above that, and you keep trying to do low blow shots. You know, I don't know why you guys keep trying to justify what you're doing, because it's not. I mean, like you keep. It keeps coming off like it's, you know, it's somehow, some way, I am the bad perpetrator of monster that created this whole scenario. It's like, no, this is really mostly on Warsword. I mean, this is not my doing at all. I really don't see how I should take responsibility for what has happened now, because you're at odds with TUA and you're at odds with KF now. You're not just messing with me, you're messing with the entire state. I don't know what other fact check you need other than the fact that you can look at what has been done. Okay, and you can look at me and say, ah, yes, but you hit PCL. Oh, you hit RPZ. You did all this, blah, 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 blah. At no point did that include FCAN. At no point did that include the small farm. No, it never involved you guys in any way whatsoever. And yet, somehow, some way, it's like, okay, whatever we can cling on to at this point is what I'm getting at this. Whatever makes sense to us that we can use to justify our actions is how we're going to play this out. It's like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, I like don't understand where at this point, like, how you can continuously shoot yourself in the foot, but you know, it's like whatever, man. Like I think after a certain point, it's just like I'm not talking to somebody that's reasonable anymore. It's just you know, just nothing short of yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of nutty to me. I actually haven't been paying attention to the kill counts at all, but let's take a moment and look. I have not been paying any attention to this. Oh, well. Okay, well, I know that wasn't how it was earlier, so FKN dropped a fair bit. I like how FKN's got the highest kill count. And yet, they're also the ones who say we're all the troublemakers. I don't know how that adds up, but okay. Oh, see, that's just it. Like, you're so you're saying you punish random guilds for what Warsword did. Why not focus on Warsword? Well, because the reason for that was because if I was to wipe out an alliance, I could prove a point, which is that if this was to continue, that is what was going to happen. And now here we are, and what I told you was going to happen happened, right? And you guys, rather than listen to reason, follow behind the very person I told you was going to get you into this mess in the first place. So I really don't understand why you guys continue to shoot yourselves in the foot, but that's totally up to you guys. Well, okay, so now you're sitting here telling me, oh, well, you can't do a 1v1, blah, blah, blah. Like, maybe we shouldn't fight each other and then we wouldn't have that problem. But no. I don't know. I think you'll cling on to anything that makes sense to you at this point. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see here, Warsword's got 30 million kills. Kilburn has 49 million kills. I only have 20 million kills. You guys keep painting yourselves as if you're like justified, but you guys are really painting yourselves looking like the aggressor, and you continuously make it look worse. I don't know what to tell you. But now you guys are like literally losing banners and stuff, and we're going to eventually reach your farms, and it's like, okay, I mean, if that's what you guys want, you're gonna get what you asked for. I don't know what to tell you. It's really disappointing to me. It's not like I take joy in fighting, alliances in my own state before state versus state, but here we are. Well, see, that's just it, Roy. I can't get people to come to grips with that conversation if I just walk in and hit one person. You're at. Oh, see, like, now that makes a lot of sense. Now, see, the reason why I hit RPZ was because you guys basically went over and you bullied ORZ, is what happened. And I told you not to do that. You just did it anyway. And so rather than let you continue to bully ORZ when Fox had left ORZ to join at KF, we just mollywopped the living hell out of RPZ. And you guys continue to think that was like, innocent. And it's like, no, it wasn't. You guys got what you asked for. You made the mistake of picking a fight you could not win. So we put you in the ground. The same way that you guys are now picking a fight with us, and we'll probably put you back in the ground. Now, the only time where I ever feel like any alliance got out of this, not completely scot-free was PCL. PCL was the only alliance I'll genuinely feel sorry for, because they did not do anything to deserve what happened to them. Well, see, that's just it. It has nothing to do with you being a new player. So the reason why RPZ got hit was because the leads in RPZ proceeded to do all of the damage, right? It took like a handful of 5 or 6 people in RPZ to do what they did, right? And I could argue that the actions of 1 or 4 people are really the ones that shook the jar, and I agree. We're in full agreement there. It's not all of RPZ to blame for that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, the actions of like 4 people are to blame, and now everyone suffers as a whole. All I'm pointing out to you is that because you guys are basically unable to, you know, how do you say, you can enable it or you can choose not to enable it, and I think ultimately what it comes down to is the only way to get a dialogue started was basically to wipe out your alliance. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I can't really say much more on the subject. That's just kind of how it went. But you know, it's I don't know. The way this I don't know. I mean, it was just kind of interesting. If I showed my face, I'd get more views. Kinda. There actually is some science behind that. If you do, you actually do get more views. You're kind of right, but it's not about the views for me. I'm. If you couldn't notice, I actually do a lot of tutorials and stuff like that on this channel. Like I just tell people advice. It's what I do. Once in a while, I'll upload a video like this where I'm just going around zeroing people, but it's not really it's not the main focus. I mean, for a long time, I played Lords Mobile. I didn't really pay much attention to this game until just recently. You know, so it's not like I woke up one day and I was like, oh yeah, let's just like start shitting on guilds because we can. Like, that is not the focus. No, like I genuinely make videos on tutorials and such, guides, you know, and stuff like that. I've got direct conversations with a lot of the staff that work for well, mostly the guide makers. You know, like a lot of the Discord that we have in Whiteout is I've got pretty good conversations with them and such. So I mean, I understand you guys are not like terribly happy with me, and that's totally fine. I'm just pointing out that like where I'm coming from. You know, it's like by no means am I like I don't know. I think it's easy for people like you guys to kind of look at it though and see it from your perspective. And your perspective is I'm the monster, and therefore, you know, everything that went wrong is because of me. And it's like, well, you know, I can't really just tell you, oh yeah, 100% innocent. Like, no, I absolutely instigated a lot of these fights. You know, don't get me wrong, but like this fight, I didn't instigate. This was all on you guys. And I mean, at least when I pick a fight, I know that I'm picking a fight I know I can win. You guys picked a fight you knew you were going to lose. I don't know what to tell you, you know? Like, this is probably not, in hindsight, probably the best thing for your alliance in general, because now here you got SVS coming and you guys are going to be completely blown away. For what? I don't know. I don't know. Whatever justification you guys have for yourselves, I guess. I don't. You seem to cling onto anything that makes sense to you at this point, which all the power to you. I mean, I'm not one to sit here and be like, oh yes, that was wise. It's like, no, this is did not do anybody any good. Not our alliance, not you, nobody wins in the state. You just made a very public statement that you guys clearly didn't care for the benefit of the state. You would rather bring everybody down with you. That's all you've done, which is fine. I mean, but the response is going to be pretty universal across the state that you guys probably don't deserve to be around any longer. So I don't know what else to tell you. Maybe one day that'll change. Maybe you guys will come to grips with that reality at some point when state versus state comes around. But until then, I guess we're just kind of be at odds. You know, but a lot of what you guys have been saying is pretty toxic, in my opinion. I'm not one to just sit there and throw explicitives and such just for the sake of it. I mean, not really, not my thing. But I will admit, I do like to drink from time to time, and I have a good time. You know, like that's we got Christmas coming along anyway. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all people. You guys make it sound like it's like, oh yeah, you're this horrible human being. It's like where you guys are getting this sentiment from, but whatever. Yes, that's just it. Like you guys are it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know, it's like I don't know what to tell you. You guys would rather like everybody suffer, everyone suffer. It's like okay, whatever. Yeah, you're right. Not everyone is, but that's like totally. That's just the way life is, man. Like I don't know what to tell you. At this point, I'm just drinking water though. Like, as people accuse me of being drunk or something like right now, and I'm like, I don't know what the heck to tell you. Like, I'm drinking water right now. I'm like, I don't know where. It's like I threw that out there, right? That I was, and it's just like now everybody clings onto it as if that's like the excuse of the century. It's like I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying that, hey, have a good time. Some of you guys were doing that purely sober. It's kind of crazy to me. It's kind of a weird. It's a really weird thing, It's like everybody's like, ah, yes, this guy's aggressive. This guy's horrible. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Not really sure. I feel like in some way, people are maybe not observant of their own actions and what they're saying. I mean, I think a lot of people love to trash talk, and that's totally fine. I mean, I get it. It's like you're clinging on to anything that you can get any amount of attention out of. But at the same time, it's like, feels. I mean, it's one of those things where I wonder if what the support line is for that. Actually, now that I think about it, it may not be a bad cause to kind of like put on the stream for people. Well, I maybe am toxic, Waffles. I wouldn't know. I just know that what you guys have been saying for like the past half hour is pretty toxic to me, but I mean, what do I know? I mean, maybe I'm toxic for pointing out that, well, maybe this isn't exactly in the best interest of everyone, but hey, what do I know? I'm just kind of sitting here going, okay. I feel like we're talking in the third person at this point. Why are we narrating? I don't understand. It talks a lot about using a drug. It's projection. Oh, I wouldn't call it projection. It's just kind of a like it's like an observation of anything really. It's just like here I'm like naturally a fairly like when I'm like myself, I'm totally fine. Like I'm really not that jerk. I'm not really that much of a jerk. But you guys are doing this purely sober, which is I don't know says a lot about a person really. But yeah, I mean, it's just see, it's just one dig after the other, man. It's like, good lord, like where does it end? It doesn't. I don't think it ever ends. I think you guys will just keep you can just keep latching onto whatever makes sense. I don't know. It's like watching somebody lose their sanity. I don't know what to tell you. It's like okay, well, the whole internet sees what you guys are saying, so like I'll let you guys just do with that information what you will. If that's how you want people publicly to see you, then that's hey, that's on you. I'm not about to like I'm not gonna console you and tell you that oh yeah, what you're saying is totally logical. Like hey, it's on you. I'm not really I'm not gonna sit here and like try and justify. It's just I don't know. It's just at this point it's just I know what's coming, so well one thing I've got looking forward to. Yeah, the whole internet, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like that's the thing, it's like you got to realize that this is going to stay up on the internet for the remainder of all of eternity. It's not going to just like up and disappear one day. So a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, as long as Google doesn't just up and just vanish, the stream will still be here. I mean, hey, if you don't see yourself in 5 years or you don't see yourself a week from now or a month, that's totally fine. I'm just telling you that hey, it's out there. Can't really hide it either. Like it's there, man. Like it's not going anywhere. Oh, see, that's just it. This is something I do purely for fun. Like, I don't, whether this is, whether this goes up or down, is really doesn't bother me. I do this purely for my own enjoyment, really, to a certain extent. Obviously, I also try to help other people, try to teach them how to play the game. This is where I come from. I'm not really like I said, a lot of you guys are coming into this thinking that it's like, oh yes, you're streaming to make us feel bad and la la la. It's like, no, that's really no, that's not what I. That's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's not what I woke up and decided to do. So whatever, man. Whatever. Yeah, I know. Well, see, that's the other thing too. Like, you guys are all sitting here on the stream and having a good time talking to me. I love it, man. I mean, you make a big deal about it, like, oh, there's not enough people, from the stream. It's like, dude, I don't stream that often, so I really don't find that surprising. And again, it's not like you're insulting my, like, it's a number on a spreadsheet to me, like, I'm just here having a good time talking to people, like, I really don't think it's that big of a deal to me whether or not anybody's in the stream or not. Um, on that note, though, like, a lot of the people that'll watch the stream after the fact, like, I'm sure I'll have some people will come by and they'll watch this, and hey, like, we're gonna be destroying FKN's banners. Eventually, we will get down here and we'll start hitting their bases, and then surely after that, we'll start hitting down here. We'll start hitting their main base. That's just a matter of time at this point. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of FKN members and such, they've been who they are. They've been, they're venting for whatever reason, I guess. But it doesn't change the outcome. The outcome is exactly the same. I don't know what the benefit of it is, man. Well, see, that's just it. Like, when I'm live, I'm just here to talk. Not really here to like educate or anything like that. So the value proposition I have is not like the same. I'm just kind of here to entertain, and more or less, I'm just having a good time. It's a way for people to get to talk to me and just kind of get to know me. I was thinking of trying to make the streams more entertaining, right? But a lot of that requires me to like sit down. I'd have to probably turn on my webcam. Maybe we do like events and such. I don't know, but like a lot of people were saying earlier, this game is not the easiest game to stream, and I don't disagree with that sentiment. It is kind of hard to stream this game because it's like, well, how do you stream something that's a mobile game? It's like it's kind of a struggle. I'll agree with that sentiment. Like, it is a difficult thing to do. Not a lot of people have tried doing it. There's kind of only like a select group of people out there that are willing to do it, like me. But it's really partly because I kind of enjoy the game for what it is. It's not a bad game by any means. I mean, there's obviously a lot of spending involved, and a lot of people spend a stupid amount of money. Like, there's no secret in that. It's like a lot of people are aware of the fact that, like, you compare me to, like, say like the Bat's obviously invested a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy. So is Fox, so is Wasababe. I think Warsword I think had a fair bit, but it's obviously not gonna yield to much of anything. It's like in these games, it ultimately comes down to like whoever spends the most ultimately dictates how things are going to play out. And in a lot of ways, if you work together as like a bunch of united alliances, right? This is a really great example of how that plays out. Like if you've got one alliance fighting another alliance, it's it's a 1-to-1 fight. But the moment you've got 2, 3, 4 different alliances going head to head, man, and you're outnumbered, you're gonna lose. It's like you don't want to pick a fight with more than one alliance because it will get very, very bad very, very quickly, especially when those alliances are like a vast majority of the power in the entire state. And don't get me wrong, it's like I think a lot of people have been telling me that it's like, well, we need migration. We need migration. If there's anything that the devs can get from the stream, it's that a lot of people want the migration ability. I think there's a huge demand for it. A lot of people want to be able to migrate to different states, and they can't. So what do? Well, they make a new account. They go join the next state. If the state fails and everybody in it dies and leaves, then they just want to make a new account and and then that's been the priceless cycle for a lot of people. But there are just as many people that are like, they're hell bent on wanting the game to expand and change, and I think that's something that'll happen one day. It's just a matter of time, I think. But I think if we ever do see the actual event come to fruition, which I think will happen one day, um, migration in particular, I think will be a really big thing for this game, if and when it ever arrives. And that's a purely speculative thing coming from me, but I think there's a lot of demand for it. If there's anything I've gotten from my experience playing the game so far, there's a stupid amount of people that would really like to take their accounts that they've spent all this time and money in and move it to the next state. But because they can't do that, it's strictly limited to just the whales or the people that have already invested so much in their state that kind of run the whole place. Oh yeah, there's a lot of money for them, I'm sure. But I'm just wondering, would they make more if they had more people able to, carry their accounts across? I don't know. It probably would, though, and that's the thing. Think about all the people that leave because they get tired of playing the game. If they were constantly fed the ability to move from state to state, I think it would actually improve it. At the same time, though, there are there's different benefits and different things that you trade off by doing that too, though. There are obviously serious concerns that can be had. How much would they charge? Oh, I'm sure they would probably find a way to charge, in some monetary fashion. I'm sure there would be, in some capacity. There obviously would have to be a financial incentive of some kind for them to allow you to just transfer from one state to another, but like in Lords Mobile, it's actually they call it a migration scroll, and it's literally like a $5 thing you spend, and then you just move. And you can. There are restrictions to like how for example, you can't just take like the super large might players or people with a stupid amount of power. They can't just like move in. And if they do, and they're like say top one, then the cost is inflated. So like instead of it being one scroll, it may be 10 scrolls, 50 scrolls. And obviously when they're $5 a pop, you can kind of start to understand why that financial incentive is there for them. So in a way, it's like what I understand from where you're coming from. It's like, well, why would they do this? Why would they? There's an incentive. There's an angle. Believe me, there is absolutely an incentive and an angle for them. It's there. It's just it's like implementing that and having the resources to do it. I'm not really sure. Because again, from a technical perspective, I'm not sure where in the back end how much they would have to do to be able to allow that. But you kind of assume that something like that exists already because you can literally just pop by like this. Like it's literally that seamless. And having it that seamless, I'm wondering, like really, how big of a deal would it be to just, I don't know, move? Like it doesn't look like something that would take a lot, but maybe there's more to it than I know. I don't know. I can't really like speak to where they're going with that direction at all, and I don't know. I mean, maybe they will, maybe they won't. It's kind of a different conversation all of in its own. It's like I'm sure they could probably do it. It's just what would they do with it if they did? I don't know. Kind of an interesting thought, though. But again, I think for the vast majority of people that have been watching so far, it's I think a lot of the people that did jump in are probably from Mad or FKM. Maybe there's a couple of randoms. I don't know, but maybe some KOF members for all I know. But I always like to just kind of have a good time, and so I enjoy having people come by and just talk. Kind of a nice thing. Um, so like something I learned the other day. Oh, I'll just keep playing. You know, it's like for me, I'm a real casual player, so it doesn't matter to me if the state dies or not. Like I'll just pick it up, play. It won't bother me. I'll just wait until like state versus state comes by, and then I'll fight during state versus state. It wouldn't bother me if the state died. I mean, for some people it might, you know, but like for me, I don't know. It's just I just pick up and play the game, you know, like that's about all you can do, you know. Oh yeah, oh yeah, an 85 mil is really casual. It is. I mean, you look at me and you go, oh my god, you've spent so much. It's like no, not really compared to like people that are spending way more than I am. Oh, I'm probably like 5K into the game, right around, probably closer to 6,000, I would imagine. Right? And I'm totally happy with like that being the number, not any higher. Yeah, that's totally reasonable for these kind of games. Because there are people that'll spend like 2 times, maybe even 3 or 4 times more. Like I was just doing the math the other day. Like, if you wanted to get like a set of level 11 charms, it's like $15,000. If you did like a full set of mythic gear and you did it all the way up to T2, it's like probably 5 grand. If you did essence stones inside your hero gear, that's like another 2 to 3 grand. Um, I mean, I've gotten a pretty good idea of how much money and all the different places that you can spend in this game already. It's not near as bad as Lord's Mobile is. Like Lord's Mobile, you can spend like 100,000 on a single hero in that game. Um, so this game's not near as bad by any means. I mean, I would say in general, like all mobile games, specifically mobile strategy games, are plagued with this type of monetization, and it's just absolutely nutty. But you know, at the same time, the amount of time spent, it's literally day by day by day. Like every single day, every single waking hour, you're playing these games. And it's hard to quantify it. And at the same time, it's like a lot of people look at it and they go, "Oh my god, why would you spend that much all at once?" Like you don't. It's something you do over time. It's like think of like a hamburger you buy for $10 or $20, and you do that every single day. That adds up. You know, it's like one of those things where a lot of people kind of put it away. It's if anything, it's just the power of investing. It's like I look at this and I go, well, you know, it's like if I can spend this much on this, I could throw that much into the stock market, throw it and invest it. You know, which I think is a more healthy use of that time, if anything. Which is where a majority of my time and energy goes, is actually in investing most of the time. Like I said, a lot of people that are spending like that amount of money, they're out there, dude. Like there are some people that spend some crazy amounts of money. I'm not one of them though. Like a lot of people look at what I do and they go, "Oh my god, how do you have that kind of money?" It's like, well, a lot of the people that like me that are out there, right? The reason why is because we've, I do a form of marketing in a sense. That's what I do. Um, Yeah, because I can go out and publicly talk about the game. I can upload videos, tutorials, guides, you name it. And then, conveniently you'll have companies that have products and such that they have out there that they want to sell, or hell, even like you think of like all of these major YouTube channels, and did you ever like sit and think for a moment that they actually make money doing this? And it's not through YouTube views or ads, or it's not the main selling point. They don't make money doing that. It's like a lot of people, I think they over glorify a lot of this stuff, and they go, oh my goodness, why would anyone do, like, well, you're missing the point. Like, you don't really see the direction, you don't see the angle, but that's totally fine. Like, it's kind of like you can't bring a horse to water. It's one of those things that when it clicks, it clicks. But until then, they can spin in circles and not understand where this is, like where that is. Like I get it. Like it's totally fine. I don't think a lot of people spend enough time though. They don't. They focus too much on then like like okay, so for example, right? Why would you spend 15,000 on a game? You just asked yourself that question. So will someone else. So will tens of thousands of other people. Why do you think like someone like Mr. Beast can get sponsored by these kind of games? And then just magically out of thin air, you've got literally thousands and thousands and thousands of eyeballs wanting to answer and wonder why the hell would anyone do X, Y, and Z? It's like, do you ever think for a moment that maybe, just maybe, there's a reason why? Like, because it's not like they just woke up one day and were like, oh, yes, I'm going to spend all my fortunes into one thing and it's going to pan out and it's going to work. It's like, no, probably not. And there are just as many people, don't get me wrong. They're out there, there are plenty of people that spend a lot of money in these games. And, it's like what possesses them to do it is partly addiction and it's also partly just having fun. It's like if they've got the discretionary income, then hey, all the power to them. It's not for anybody to sit here and judge. A lot of people love to judge. They're like, oh, I could spend that money on a car or a house or an investment. I could save it. I could do it. Obviously, everybody's always going to have an idea of what they would rather spend the money on. It's just I always find it interesting that it's like somehow, some way, people look at this as like the worst possible use of money ever, and it's like, what is it? I've seen people go into a casino and literally lose everything. I've seen people go into the stock market and bet that, oh, the number's going to go up 1 or down 1 and they lose everything. It's like, okay, really? Is it really the worst thing? And it's like, no, there's clearly other, there's other directions that this could go in. It's like there it's out there, but like people love to I think people just love to shit on other people. I think that's really what it comes down to. Which is fine, it's like I get it, it's like at the same time it's basically people who have and those who have not, and it's always a conversation. It is literally always a conversation over like, well, how come I don't have X, Y, and Z? It's like, okay, whatever, man. Okay. Alright. Well, like I said, I'm not by no means am I. I mean, I'm just being honest. It's really ultimately what I'm saying. It's like a lot of people don't realize that there are people out there that do this. It's just at the same time though. It's like I feel like a lot of people that do right, and I will say that like I'm a fan of playing a lot of different games. Like so, I've got Team Fortress True. I've got Lethal Company, Hearts of Iron 4. I've got Tarkov, BattleBit, Modern Warfare 3. I'm looking forward to some of the games that they've got coming up. Like right now, they've got some games like from No Man's Sky. There's Grand Theft Auto 6 on the horizon. There's a lot of really big major games that are on the way. I played a lot of Starfield when Starfield came out. Oh, I know, it's Team Fortress True. I know. I'm just screwing with you. That's fun. I could say true or do or whatever. It's just funny. I don't know. I can't help it. Um, but no, there's like Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I played the finals quite a bit. The finals is actually really good. I played Cyberpunk 2077 quite a bit when it came out. Path of Exile is really fun. The only games I haven't played here recently are like Against the Storm. I don't know much about that. Destiny 2 was good. Um, Red Dead Redemption 2 was pretty good. But like I said, it's like I play these games just kind of on the side. These are, this game is kind of what I call a, it's a time killer for me. It's just like I just wake up. It's something to do, And if the state dies, the state dies. It's like it's not a big deal to me. I'm at state 467. It's just it's like at the end of the day, I don't think the state will really die, so to speak. It gets smaller, sure, but it's not like I don't know. I mean, it's like eventually you'll have state versus state, and you got to fight on your hands every other day, and then you save and progress, and that's you repeat. It's well, see, that's just it. Like a lot of the new players that got hit, like I said, if it had not been for the 4 or 5 people on RPC that decided to be an asshole to newer players too, that's the thing. You look at it as if it's like, oh, well, you're the active, jackass that wiped out RPC. It's like, no, that was, it started off with someone else being an asshole, and then they got hit by a bigger asshole. It's just like the it's kind of like, okay, you got a fish, you got a middle fish, and then you got a bigger fish. It's like it just basically one fish ate a smaller fish that it should not have ate, and so the bigger fish came by and ate that fish. It's kind of the cycle of war in this game. It's like, obviously this game is not Farmville by any stretch of the imagination. I think if it were, people wouldn't lose things. It's like we literally lose things, and the thing is, it's like when people lose time and energy, obviously people don't take it very well in these games. It's very clear that, like, yeah, if you lose a lot of troops, you start to associate either a financial cost to it, or you start to assign a time cost to it. Either way, it's not positive. Like, like people genuinely tend to lash out when it comes down to that. Like, it's not. I mean, I get it, but like I said, I didn't want this. This was not something I asked for. I tried to get Warsword, and other members in FCAN did not do this. I woke up to you guys doing it anyway. I genuinely did not want this to happen. Like, I tried to convince them otherwise, but they wouldn't do it, so. Oh yeah, that's really not uncommon. Like, if you go into Brother in Arms and everybody's gonna get slaughtered, then yeah, it's like you're gonna slowly. But that's, I mean, in a way, the game is designed that way, right? Like, it's basically designed to suit the people that have the most amount of money, the amount of time spent. It's always gonna favor and cater to that crowd. So I don't know. I mean, after a certain point, you can either hate the game or hate the players, right? Right now, all of this energy is being directed towards the players, but it's really not the players you're mad at. Like, what you're really complaining about is the way the game was designed. The complaint is more, why don't they have restrictions that prevent whales from doing this? That's the issue, not really the players. It's like the players are only using something that is available to them. If the devs and the game developers had designed it in such a way that maybe, they wouldn't allow that to happen as much, then, it would cater to the crowd that are wanting to avoid that from happening to them and being completely distracted. But it's not, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you other than that. It's like that it's just by design, it is that way. Well, it's kind of like a gun, right? I mean, you can get angry at the people that own it. You can also get angry at the people that use it. You can also be angry at the people who made it. There are 3 different ways to take it. I'm not saying one's right or wrong. I'm not pointing to one or the other and saying, yes, this one's the answer. I'm not. I am clearly not making that assessment here right now. What I'm telling you is that there are 3 different kinds of people, and some of them hate the design, some of them hate the players. But to me personally, I just don't feel like putting all this emphasis on the players is exactly the right way about going about this. It's not just the players, like, I'm saying that in a way that they're obviously committing, to it, right? They're going out of their way to ruin other people's accounts, right? So that's a strike against them. But then I don't feel like they should also be the only ones heavy-handed in that discussion. It's like, then the conversation should also be, why is it that the devs allowed this? And then the third one in this conversation is why is this game monetarily, allowing this? You got all the people that invest all this time and energy, and then they're losing everything, and then it's like, I'm just saying, it's like, me, it's like, I get it, but I just don't know if it's really a fair thing to, like, go, oh, yes, everything is to blame because of this. Like, well, kind of. Not completely, but kind of. Yeah. So many banners to burn now. I'm like losing track of which ones I have troops in and which ones I don't. Good lord. So everyone in our NAP 10 agreed to remove the rules just for the kill event, and then after the event ended, nobody's got bad blood because everyone agreed to window rule killing our NAP 10. That's an interesting way to do it. Because ours is like, oh no, you shouldn't, you should just hit tiles. And we like agreed to that, but then what would happen is somebody would go, no, don't hit my tiles. Then it was, well, then I'll just hit your base, and then it just got exponentially get more out of control from there. So in some ways, you guys actually kind of had more like a purge level, solution to that, and it's like ours was trying to be more restrictive, and it didn't really work out. It kind of did, but it just usually boiled over once somebody thought, oh, I'm bigger than this alliance, so I'm just gonna just do that. Like it just became a kid. That's the only thing I thought was interesting. But here we are. Oh, do you? Okay. It's a lot of resources though on Alliance Farm to like have to go back and forth on, but I mean, whichever. I don't think it's really costing us anywhere near as much as it is you though, because every time we put down one, we're getting that much closer, and you guys are losing the protection that it was providing you. Because the closer we get, and therefore, the worse it's going to get, because we can just inch closer and closer and closer until we're finally there. And then, well, then it's too late. Like, the benefit that those banners were giving you is gone. So, like, you're on a limited time scale here. Like, it's shrinking, and as it shrinks, you're basically losing your benefit. What if everyone chilled? Yeah, maybe, yeah. But I don't see that happening. Because a lot of the people that are asleep, so the ones that aren't asleep are the ones that'll shield, but the rest that are asleep are probably dead. So it's like, kind of. Like, maybe. Unless you guys can somehow, call your members on speed dial and be like, hey, wake up, go shield, go shield. Like, if you haven't been doing that, you probably should. Because the ones that don't get caught are gonna get hurt. I mean, that's just like that's where this is going, man. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, it's the way this is the way things are going at this pace. It won't be much longer. At this point, we're on your doorstep. So that's where we're at this point. Funny part is I don't even have enough crystals to do anything about it. I would if I could, but I actually don't. So, um, although I suppose I could probably go into my alliance here. Maybe if some people will spend like a fair bit like that. Like, yeah, I just get a couple of hours. Like, pretty cool. Suppose I could probably go in the shop. It's probably get a telly out of there. Maybe probably the solution. Oh, and the store refresh too. Cool. I'll have to grab some stuff out of there. That'll be the getting spot. Just real quickly, I'll just pull everything here. Oh, there we go. There's another 500. Let's see here. I guess I need to go into a Alliance shop here. I find it a little weird that you have to like go through here to get to there, but I mean, each their own, I guess. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So, like, here's an advanced teleporter. Just get that for 40k. Okay, so figure out which banner are we going to next. Oh shit! I don't know what hit me. Something did though. Good lord! What is bat hitting me for? Wanna know? Yeah, too late. A lot of dead troops. Alright, well, I guess that's that. Oh, shoot. I don't know. I can't say I'm surprised, though, but that was a lot of troop loss there, like, goddamn. Anyway, I gotta go to sleep anyway, though, so like I said, it's not like anybody that's just it, like, I don't really care at the end of the day, but you guys think it's just me. It's like, it's not just me, man. Like, that's a lot of troop loss, though, like, oh my days, that's a lot of troops. That's, like, a lot of troop loss, man. 44K every time, too. Like, wowzers. I don't know how many troops he just lost, but he lost a lot of troops, dude. 44K, 44K, 40K, 44K. He lost a stupid amount of troops doing that. I don't know how many he did, but ah, come on, he's just gonna keep going, bro. I'm gonna like shield myself at this point. Like, no, you keep hurting yourself. Knock it off. Like, I don't want you to hurt yourself that much. Stop. I don't mind doing it after a certain number of times, but like, Jesus Christ, man, you'll lose a shitload of troops for no reason. Like, stop it. I don't know. Anyway, that's that though. But I don't really care at the end of the day. Okay? At the end of the day, two ways, like, either gonna come help or don't, but like, I don't care if Bat remembers this. It's not my fault that Bat has a problem with it. If Bat had a problem with it, he should have told me because he never did. So it's not my fault that Bat can't either communicate or talk. And if he doesn't communicate or talk, then, hey, that's not my fault. I don't really care at the end of the day. It's not for him to sit here and, like, try and tell me what I can and can't do. I will do it anyway. Like, I do know I don't have any speed ups, though, so, he just kind of shot himself in the foot. I don't know why, but whatever. I don't know what the benefit of that was, but, I mean, whatever, man. Kind of a self-defeating prophecy to, like, do that, but, not one to sit here and complain. But, That was a lot of T10 though. Well, they are. I mean, shit. He lost like 50,000 every time he did. That was a really bad idea. I would not have suggested that on anybody. I would not have done that if I were him, but, you know, hey. There are better ways to communicate. Sending pillows at me was not one of them, you know? Like, if you had a problem, you should have did it some other way. It's not like I'm not trying to be the jackass, but, you know, it's like, could have done that a lot of different ways. Oh, well. Well, either way. Well, like I said, I don't know what his deal is. It didn't really communicate to me, so by just going around and hitting me, it's like kind of a. Oh, are you? Really? For real? No kidding. Oh, anyway, don't really care. It just seems like a really self-defeating prophecy. It's like losing that many troops. Lee. Why? Good lord. So that's just it. I never mess with Afghan. Afghan shouldn't have did what they did earlier. I literally asked for peace, and what did they do? They just proceeded to do it anyway. Am I mocking him? Nah, I just find it disappointing as all. Let's see. I don't know, man. I don't know. Um, at the end of the day, it's like, oh well. Why? I had an issue earlier. People, people did to just suddenly snap like that and not communicate is a little weird to me, but okay. Anyway, I'm too tired to care anyway. Uh, well, see, that's just it, Lion. No one technically is. This is just like this is one of those things where, like, I understand the bigger picture here. You know, it's like I tried to go for peace this entire time. You know, but like, I don't know, man. Like some people, I guess, just don't like communicate. I guess I don't know. Like literally, for people to just be like, "Oh, hey, dude, just stop doing that," and then proceeds to like send a bunch of solos at me. He's like, "Okay, well, that's not how I would have done it," but you know, like, I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's just there are many ways to communicate. That is not the way I would have communicated. Not the way I would have done it. Could have done it in a lot of different ways, and not the way I would have done it. And he got his point across. I'll give him that. But like, I don't know, dude. He had like 100 mil. Now he has like 59 mil. That is absolutely bonkers to me. But I gotta credit him that. I mean, he basically soloed Warsword and Kilburn, and he just about soloed me out. Or tried to, anyway. And I'll give him that. He almost pulled that off. But, I mean, at the same time, like, I don't think I will allow that. Like, no thank you. Did he lose money? I don't know. Probably. That was a lot of troops, dude. He's at 65 mil, man. Like, he was 100 mil at the start of this. Well, that's just it's hard. A little bit. Like, stat-wise, we're actually really similar. Because, yeah, if you look at it, right, he's got T1s across, but then what he was doing is he'd send blasts, and every time he sends blasts, you can see that doesn't work because you don't have any of your, you don't have any of the bonus stats. So he's losing, like, a stupid amount of troops there. Plus, he's sending them on full equalize, I think, so I don't know why he did that. There's a couple of times where he's got like a higher stat percentage than I do, but even then, it's like you got home turf advantage. It's really, really bad to do that. It's not like I would not recommend that. Yeah, I think that could benefit from some. Like here, he's got a really good statistical advantage in his first hit, but like you need to slow walk it if you're gonna do this. Like you don't want to just spam hits like that. You'll wind up losing a bunch of troops doing it. I will say that he kind of took me by surprise. I didn't even have like my full lineup heroes or anything. I wasn't prepared for him to just like up and decide to just start sending solos like that at mollywop speed. Once I caught on to what was going on, I was like, whoa, freaking hitting the heal button here. But you know, it's like, whatever, man. Like, friend or foe, I mean, you don't do that if you're not gonna communicate, and then you decide to just start doing something, man. You're not gonna get me to just fall over and die. Ah, see, that's just it. I probably couldn't. I'm not. It's not like I woke up one day and want to burn an alliance. I've said this so many times that I don't know why people don't understand. Like we have an entire state versus state event coming up, and all we want to do is kill our own troops, and it doesn't make any sense. At this point, it's just like this is freaking pure anarchy. At this point, it's like what do you do? You know, like I don't even know anymore. I don't understand. You know, like. But it is what it is. I'm not about to like sit here and poke fun at anything anymore at this point. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm like I got work tomorrow anyway, so I had my fun while we had our fun. You know, it's like it was a good time, but like there's not really a whole lot more to report on at this point. I'm sure this will probably boil over into something else tomorrow, but I'll probably just record the aftermath and go from there. I know. It was pretty interesting. Don't get me wrong. It was pretty fun. Like, well, if you want some tips, right? Here's the thing, right? So state versus state, you want to put your troops in HQs and banners. You want to do that because during state versus state, they can't hit those. The other thing is so if you want to invest your money into anything, invest them in charms. There's like 165% in charms for a single set of charms. In fact, the charms themselves, if you were to max like a set of charms, you'll be in the like 1,000 plus. Like that's where all the money is in the game. I will say for like Kilburn, he's like 200%. I recommend you guys actually go through the growth tree and actually max out your research speed. There's a lot of information that I can tell you. Like right now, we know, and I think like exactly 20 hours from now, their fire crystal is coming up. When fire crystal shows up, you're going to need research speed and construction speed because you're going to be basically going around gathering for fire crystals and such. And so a lot of this is all going to be, you know, it's going to be turned on its head here pretty soon because what'll happen is you get fire crystals involved, and so fire crystal, you'll be able to upgrade your command center, you'll be able to upgrade your enlistment office, your embassy. You'll actually be able to upgrade these camps, and they'll get like higher tier troops and stats and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of stuff like that that's coming right around the corner. It's gonna be like here any day. I will point out that like if you want to make the most of it, I think a lot of people need to save if they haven't already, because you want to save your speed ups and such, and you want to be ready to go come the event that's coming up. When that turn comes around the corner, that's where things will get really interesting. But those are the tips that I have. I would, like I said, I'm saving keys for this. I'm saving speed ups. Well, I was saving speed ups. I really can't say I am anymore because of somebody, but there's not really anything I can do. It's just an interesting turn of events, but yeah, it happens. Yeah. So anyway, I will say, I guess for those that are interested, let's look at the leaderboard real quick, because the leaderboard's probably really interesting now. I don't even know how many kills that was. That was probably, yeah, he added 1,000,000 kills from those solos to my account. That is absolutely nutty. I don't know how many troops he had, but if you think about it, right? Let's just look at how many reports. Assume it's 40K, right? Every hit. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 200, 240, 280, 320, 360, 3. Shit, that's. God damn, that's a lot of troops. That's like 500,000, dude. That's a lot of freaking troop loss there. Like, that's crazy. I don't know how many troops he lost on Warsword. I'd be kind of curious if Warsword would be willing to share those reports with me. You should tell him if you can, because I'd actually like to see them. It's actually kind of crazy. Don't get me wrong. I mean, props to Bat for being, kind of headstrong and going around and fighting and everything. It's like he definitely did a number on everybody, but like, good lord. I mean, that is absolutely nuts. I will say though that for anyone that's interested and wants to learn more, one thing I will tell you is so like when you look on these individual pieces, if you've ever wondered what the stat relation is on these, right, and the individual costs, like just to get to like Mythic T1, it's like $1,000. Crazy amount of money just to get to this part of the game. The other thing too is that, like, you'll notice that he's got Flint, but he doesn't have Flint all the way. A lot of your Gen 2 heroes are like, so basically take the core stat of your Gen 1, which is 200%. Every generation after is 40% higher. And then the exclusive skill is 10% higher. So, like, if you have a Gen 1 hero, it's 200% Lancer attack, or 200% infantry, or 200% whatever, right? And Gen 2 is 240. The next gen is 280. Next gen after that, just add 40% to it, and that's what the extreme, like, maxed out version is going to do for you. It's not counting their skills. Main thing that can be said about it is that even old heroes going forward as the generations come along will still be useful. So maxing them out is not necessarily a bad thing. Obviously, a lot of people will tell you that, like, if you max out Zenman, for example, it doesn't really do you a whole lot of good outside of his construction boosts. He's not really that handy outside of that. There's a lot of people that'll say that, like, getting Alonzo upgraded is really helpful. I didn't go too ham on him, though, because it's like, it's crazy to try to do not one, but like 3 at the same time. It's way too much, in my opinion, unless you just like spending a lot of money, but I'm not one of them. I mean, I'll spend but not like a crazy person. I'm not gonna just go, crazy on this game. It's like not my gig. Sorry, but I did go ahead and put it on our buddy Opal here, though. I think it was probably a good idea, actually. Like, Chief Norton made a good point. Like, I probably should have swapped this over a while ago, because I did have it that way for a while. I just hadn't moved it in quite some time, but that's something to note. Eventually, I'll have to move Molly, because once we start doing attacks and stuff like that on Molly and such, those are the things that'll matter in the long term. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I don't think there's really a whole lot more to discuss, so I'll go ahead and call it a night. So thank you guys for having me, and I'll see you guys probably in the next video, probably tomorrow. So, see you.